What's up? Check out these valve covers. Pretty cool. GM licensed shit. I think they're made by PROFORM, but they were GM. Had them made. They're cast aluminum, powder coated. Fucking get that rail, get the reinforced, where your nut or your fucking T-bolt goes there. These are good sealing valve covers. You hear about small block Chevys leaking and shit, but they don't leak if you get the good shit and good gaskets and put the shit together right. They got an old pair of 80s Holley valve covers here also, just as a comparison. Those are stamped steel. They're pretty good valve covers. The older ones are pretty heavy, thicker than the modern shit. So you can, on those I prefer a cork gasket. I'll take an ultra black, the valve cover, glue the cork gasket to it, and then after it's dry, it's cured, put it on the engine. And shit, I've reused, take the valve covers off and reuse the gasket for fucking years. So cork is best on them. And like a 5/16 thick cork, it's even better. Plus it'd give you a little more valve train clearance. On these, I like to run like a rubber Moroso with the steel core valve cover gaskets. Just throw them on dry, tighten them down, and you're good to go. These fuckers are rigid, pretty nicely black powder coated. They're cool to put some red paint on that Chevrolet and that bow tie there, or silver or something. Then you got your stamped aluminum valve covers. These fuckers, they get a little more tricky trying to get them to seal, which I use the cork on those also. The old glue it on trick. But a lot of people have trouble getting them to seal, but if you know what you're doing, you can make them seal up. I've run them for years and didn't have no big fucking leaks. But I have had some old sets that done had the flange fucking bent all to hell and over torqued and shit, and you can take them, put them on a hard ledge and straighten them out somewhat, but once they get bent, they get hard to make them seal. But those work better with them thick gaskets too. Got a little more cushion to take up the fucking slack. I got these valve covers here. These are pretty cheap. I like these. It's $3.55 I'm building with these bow tie heads. I paint it all black and use those valve covers on it. They look like a fucking a Moroso valve cover just without the Moroso logo. I think I paid about 60 bucks for them from Speedway a while back. They're probably more now, but I wouldn't think they'd be much more. They're tall. And you put it next to a Moroso small block valve cover, they're real similar. They're pretty cheap, but they look good. 3:48 a.m. Got these a while back. I just had them sitting. I cleaned them up and was admiring them, thinking about what I want to use them on. So I got a fucking hell of a valve cover collection. All the boxes up there, valve covers and all of them. And then out in the garage I got a shitload of them. A bunch of boxes full. Probably got hundreds of valve covers actually. Got about every kind of Moroso valve cover ever made. These black PROFORMs, they're about as tall as a typical tall profile valve cover. Then they got a little raised area there, a little bump, give it a little extra clearance. I think that's for they got baffles and shit in them for the breather, so it gives you a little more clearance. You can still run a stud girdle and shit in there. Them bastards, I forgot how much it cost, but they're pretty proud of them. They're $200 or $300 a pair. I can't remember, it might have been $250. But depending on where you get them and when you get them, I guess. But it seemed like they're about $250 a pair. Hard to beat them old fucking aluminum Morosos, though. They just got that look. These are probably going on this 427 I'm building. Those are the heads going on it. They're some pretty high flow units. I love this shit. I used to have one shop and I had a whole bunch of my valve covers hanging on the wall. Looked like a speed shop. Had them all on display. But my shit's so scattered about now. A lot of it's packed in boxes and shit. And got shit I forgot I even have. I could use these on them bow tie heads. But I'm wanting to go with the simple look on that one. Go with the plain Jane. I'll put the $60 valve covers on there instead of the $250 valve covers. But I got fucking 30 something small block Chevys. So they'll go on one of them. I think I'm fixing to build my wife a engine. Gearing up for it. She still gotta get a couple of things. A roller cam and some roller lifters. But she likes the anodized Moroso shit, but she also likes purple. So I'm gonna clean the shit out of these Holley valve covers and got this shit here. Purple anodized coating. I'm gonna paint that over chrome. See what kind of finish I can get. I found an air cleaner lid that color. It's a plastic dirt track air cleaner, but it's that color. It's a pretty damn expensive paint, actually. I don't remember what it was, but it was way too fucking much for one can of paint. But yeah, it's gonna be an experiment. I'm gonna try to get that anodized look. There's my big 455 Oldsmobile Super Victor. That's a Hoss. Yeah, I got boxes and boxes of this shit. Got this mound of rags here, but here's some fucking rotating assembly. Balanced rotating assembly for 355. That shit's all clean and ready to install. Got a big block Chevy in that cocoon. I think it's the 427 crank. And that scat box there's got the 355 crank in it. There's a fucking Modex wreath automotive prepared. I think it's a 302. I think it's a 302 crank. It's a 3-inch stroke. I got aluminum rods and fucking Aries pistons and shit that are balanced to it. So it's some high RPM goodies. That's a project. It'll be a minute before I get to that one. I gotta get a few of these big blocks put together. Get all these fucking cranks out of my living room. Got too much shit in here. Boxes of fucking connecting rods, and those are already balanced, and that's another rotating assembly ready to go together. Fucking machine shops though, they hold my shit for so long it fucks up my momentum. I got a big block Chevy block, been in the machine shop since May. And I got a forged 327 crank prepped for 327 I'm building, but it's been there since like fucking March. So goddamn. I don't know what the deal is with these fucking machine shops anymore. It totally fucks up my momentum waiting on them. There's shittier places that would probably be faster, but I prefer to deal with people that are fuck with racing engines and shit more than tractors and stock shit. So, but it just takes longer to get them. But there they are, PROFORM GM valve covers. Good shit.